Okay, we're starting another project today. This is a kitchen main floor remodel. And so all the main areas of the main floor as well as the kitchen we're remodeling. Most of the main floor areas we're just replacing the floor coverings, baseboard, and then paint. But here in the kitchen, we're redoing this kitchen. And we're gonna call this house the 80s house because it's very typical of what was done in the 80s, and I'll show you why as we go through. One thing, a reminder is that as you watch this video, if you watch it all the way to the end, you'll know what this rehab cost, what this remodel cost. And so we'll give you the full price of what we charged to do this remodel up front, the original price, and then what the final price was, so that you'll see that there's usually not typically much of a difference unless the homeowners added a bunch of stuff, and then how long it took. So if you watch this video to the end, you'll get all the stats on this project, including price. Let me show you what we're doing in the kitchen. First off, we're gonna get rid of this peninsula. So we're not gonna do the peninsula anymore, and we're gonna go a little bit further that way with the cabinets than they are right now. And then also to make more room in this kitchen, first I want to show you, see how those cabinets don't go to the ceiling? A lot of times homes are built in this time period, they put a soffit above there so there would be no dust up there. But they didn't do that, and they were using cheap cabinets that came from a manufacturer that did, bulk manufacturing of cabinets. And so they didn't get the taller cabinets and do the crown and stuff like that. That's what we're gonna do. But to make more room here, we're gonna get rid of this pantry. So this pantry gets tore out. And then this wall right here is where there's a fireplace. And so we're actually gonna tear this wall out back to here so that so this part of the wall stays, and then we can add that many more cabinets. So in order to tear this out, let me come over here and I'll show you. There's a fireplace right here. And the homeowner never uses it because it's a hassle and it doesn't work half the time. So we're actually going to get rid of this fireplace and this niche and all of this stuff, so it's just going to be a flat wall right here. And then over here, we're going to frame this in because we now have flat screen TVs. This is also an indication of an 80s house because remember how deep TVs used to be? So this space was made for a deeper TV to be kind of built in. And so we're going to frame this in so we can do a wall-mounted TV, and then down here we're going to do a linear electric fireplace, which we've been doing a lot of those lately, and they're really cool, fairly inexpensive, and you have lots of freedom of where you can put them. And so you can see we're redoing all the floor coverings. We've got a lot of tile to tear out, a lot of old engineered hardwood floor to tear out, and so I'm excited to get ready to get started. We got our tools here, we're all ready to get going. So next segment we'll show you, it'll be all demoed. Okay, so we're all done with the demo. And the electrician's here getting ready to get started. So let me show you what it looks like now we got it all demoed. So remember the fireplace used to be right here, so that's all gone. And that niche that was above it. And I wasn't planning on reframing this wall. I was planning on just reframing the hole from the fireplace, but this wall was framed so wonky we couldn't save it, so we had to reframe a new wall here. And remember with the fireplace, it was all deeper right here, and so we got rid of that. So now we have pantry cabinets that are coming all the way over to here, and so lots more storage in this kitchen. And you can see we've got all the cabinets all tore out, and we're ready to start putting stuff together. This is where the little pantry was. We took that out and framed this in as well. So we're gonna have pantry cabinets from here to the end of that wall with a fridge in the middle. And so, so we got all the tile tore out everywhere, and in the living room here, we also got this all ready for the fireplace. So this is all ready to install the new fireplace, and then of course you have some drywall repair. She wants to keep this recess up here and that one up there, so we're not redoing those. And then she had some wall speakers that she wanted to get rid of as well, so we took all of those out. And then I want to pause for a second. I want to go out and show you one of the cabinets because we have all the cabinets in the garage. Okay, so we're out here in the garage. You can see all the cabinets that are stacked up here. They came in a little quicker than we were anticipating, but we had to unbox one because it looked like it could have been damaged, and it wasn't. But all the cabinets are going to be black. It's going to be really cool looking, very unique. And all the countertops are going to be butcher block tops. And so all the countertops in the kitchen will be butcher block. But these are nice cabinets. They're from Home Depot. They have the dovetail drawers, and they have the soft close drawers and doors and stuff like that. So it'll be fun to, we're moving pretty fast on this, but we'll show you, next video will probably show you the flooring installed and all the drywall work done and everything. So we're on our way. Okay, so we're ready for drywall. And let me show you a few things that we did. When I say we're ready for drywall, that means everything that needs to go in the wall or above the ceiling is done. And so let me show you a couple things that we did. First off, remember the fireplace is right here. And so this is the square box of framing that the fireplace was in. And there's a huge vent in there because it was a wood burning fireplace. So we got that out. And so that's all ready for our drywall guy. And then over here, you see this line that of sheetrock that was cut out? What we did is we ran some additional wiring. We had to do 2 additional outlets, so or 1 additional outlet. So there's a new outlet kind of covered up there by the drywall. And this was a phone line, and I can't remember what the other one was, but we're covering those up. And then we ran low voltage wire, which is just real small wire. And this is for our under cabinet lights, because what we do is we do LED tape or roll lighting that goes underneath the cabinets to give us light down onto the counter. So we have to have one per upper cabinet section. So that's what these two are. And then with LED lights, you have to have a what's called a driver, which is kind of like you would think of it as a transformer. So because you have to take the regular voltage down to low voltage. And then down here is where they put the driver, and it's behind the range. Sometimes we'll put it behind the fridge, but this one is behind the range. You can see the gas line there and stuff. And so this is where the range is going. So if you ever have to service the driver, you can pull the range out and service it. So the under cabinet lighting with that tape lighting is the best way to do it because it looks nice. It doesn't take up hardly any space. And you can, a lot of them, you can change the color on it too. So we're all ready for drywall. You can see, you probably just saw that we have the new drywall stacked here. Our drywall guy is coming this afternoon to get started. So after the drywall is done, then we do the laminate floor. So that's what you'll see next. Okay, so I forgot to tell you that this is where the electric fireplace is going. And my framer totally missed the boat in framing the opening. I gave him the measurements, 48 3/4 by 18 1/2. I wrote it right here on the wall for him. And he missed it by that much. We had to add a 2x4 here, and it's still not quite enough for the opening. And so I'm having my drywall guy add a layer of drywall right here to get the opening to the right size. Width-wise, it's a little bit big, but I think we can work with it. Okay, so we're all done with this kitchen. And man, did it turn out cool. It's fun and refreshing to have someone that is a little bit adventurous with their colors. And this kitchen's very unique compared to what we typically do. Obviously, you can see the black cabinets. How cool did they turn out? Black cabinets, black handles. And in these cabinets, all these pantry cabinets that we added, there's pullouts in the bottom of each one. And in fact, I think there's a mixer in this one. We took out one drawer so she could fit her mixer. But I also love the color of the appliances too. This is the I don't know what they call it. Black stainless, I think is what they call it. These are Samsung appliances. But they have a really rich look to them. And then we were also able to find a sink that's also a black stainless steel sink. And I love these big square sinks. And this sink actually came with this faucet and the purified water dispenser. So anyways, I think this kitchen turned out great. Did you notice the countertops? Check out these countertops. These are butcher block tops. That's what she wanted. It's what she had her heart set on. So we have butcher block tops. We actually purchased them from Home Depot. And then this is the backsplash. And it is so cool because it kind of looks like it has a kind of a plywood look to it, or the edge of a plywood, but you can't tell the grout lines. Can you see where the grout lines are? There's one right there. You can barely see it. And another one right there. These tiles were 2 feet wide by 4 feet tall. So we were able to get 2 pieces out of each tile. And then we have the laminate flooring. It's so awesome as well. So let me show you what we did in here. Remember, there used to be a fireplace right here, and the fireplace face was right here. And we got rid of that fireplace, which made room for all those pantry cabinets. And instead, we put an electric fireplace right here. This electric fireplace is about 4.5 feet wide, and it turned out great. You can change the colors. You can, and it'll put heat out. It'll heat the room up just like normal, like a normal fireplace. And yet you can play with the colors. You can also have wood in there, but she chose to just have the crystals in there. So anyways, I think it turned out great. I love her light fixtures that she picked. She's got the same kind of light fixture in 3 different places. The one in the living room here, over the stairway, and in the entry. And then if you look down the hallway here, we replaced all the doors and the door trims. So not only the casing, but we put new handles on, all new doors, and it's just cool. The whole thing just turned out great. And the walls and the ceiling and the trim, they're all the same color, but the ceilings are flat white and the walls are satin finish. And then all the trim and doors are also a satin finish, which is just a great look. It's a very modern, contemporary look. Thank you so much for watching us transform this amazing kitchen, family room, main floor. We're super happy with the way it turned out. We hope you liked it and that you enjoyed watching the transformation. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button below. And then also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, hey, subscribe and we can show you all the other stuff that we do. As well as if you hit the little bell, we'll notify you every time we post a video. If you can remember to watch this to the end, and it'll tell you how much we spent on this remodel project, what the original price was and what the final price was. There's going to be a little bit bigger gap between those two numbers because there's quite a number of things that she added, as well as we had a huge rainstorm, and she had a window well in her basement that filled up with water and then flooded inside. And we took care of all of that for her. And there's a little bit of cost involved with that as well. But thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great day.